Okay, my friends, here it is. The video that is going to explain to you exactly what seeds you can plant with a month or even 5 or even 6 weeks before your last frost date. Because a lot of people are under the misconception that you have to wait until your last frost date before you can plant anything. So in this video, I'm going to show you about 20 crops that you can direct sow into the garden right now, a month or 5 or 6 weeks before your last frost date, no problem. Okay, so listen up. And then at the end, I'm going to give you some special advice about the potatoes. Okay, first on the list are 2 crops that we want to direct sow as early as possible, okay? And that's gonna be the peas, our number 1, because peas will thrive in the cooler conditions of the early spring or of the spring and the early summer. But as soon as midsummer comes around, middle of June and July, and the real heat comes in, peas stop producing. That is what a lot of people fall into that trap, is that they plant their peas too late and then they wonder why they're not really producing or why they get bitter and they're not sweet, because they need that cool weather. So we plant them right now, about 5 weeks, give or take, before the last frost date. And then we're gonna plant them again midsummer for a fall harvest. So get the peas in the ground, guys. Next thing is the cabbages. Real cabbage and also the Chinese cabbage. They are going to thrive in the cooler weather. So if you plant a faster growing variety like this Chinese cabbage or the Gloria Weinkusen cabbage, these are going to head up and be really nice by early summer. Okay, so we can direct sow these now. Also, we could start these indoors now. It's best, any of these leafy greens that you see, it's going to be best to go ahead and start them up indoors if you can, if you have the facilities, even just for a week or two, just till you see them sprout up and they get their first set of true leaves. Then put them outside. It gives them a bit of a head start. But likewise, you can just direct sow all of this right now, no problem. And they will just sit there in the soil until the conditions are right for them to sprout. Next on this list is going to be the collard greens, and the collard greens can take super cold or heat. It doesn't really even matter. So get them in the ground now, and they are going to be yielding by early summertime, late spring even. You're going to be having a boatload of collard greens, super nourishing and delicious. Next thing is going to be the beets. Now you can direct sow the beets right now, and they are going to sprout and be totally fine with a little bit of frost is okay. But what I like to do with the beets is that I like to plant them actually 1, 2, 3 within an inch of each other. Okay, and when you plant them this way, 3 seeds within an inch of each other. And when you plant them this way, they are going to grow and they are going to push each other apart. So long as you don't do more than 3 seeds, they will push each other apart. And so where you would just have 1 beet, you can have 3 of them growing that way. And I get big time yields out of a small space planting beets that way, guys. Next thing is going to be carrots. Carrots right now, they can be tricky, okay? But go ahead and plant them right now. They prefer the cool as opposed to the blazing hot. All right. It really helps carrot germination if once you sow them, you put a board over them for a few days up to a week until you can see them germinate. Keeps them sheltered from the wind and all of that and from heavy rains because they're super delicate. Next on the list is going to be one of my favorite things. Guys, plant the Vulcan Swiss chard, okay? Because even if you're not in so much to the chard taste, although you should be because it's a wonderful spinach-like taste that doesn't bolt during the heat. That's the beauty of Swiss chard. The Vulcan Swiss chard could be an ornamental by itself. And so I have a couple, you only need a couple plants. And so you plant it and the thing grows a stalk on it this thick because it's in the beet family. So it grows a thick beet-like stalk. By midsummer, and it's just huge. I have people come over and they're like, what plant is that? It looks like rhubarb. And they're like, wow, that looks Jurassic. That plant looks Jurassic. That is the word that they use when they see the Swiss chard, the Vulcan Swiss chard. So go ahead and get planting it. It's a wonderful spinach substitute because it doesn't bolt in the heat. Spinach, as soon as it gets a little bit too hot, a little bit too cold, spinach bolts. Swiss chard don't bolt. Now, depending on what your season is like, I'm going to say hold off on the Brussels sprouts. We want to actually plant the Brussels sprouts midsummer so that they ripen as the frosts are coming in, because the Brussels sprouts love to be kissed by a couple of frosts before so that they can sweeten up. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and say resist spring sowing Brussels sprouts. Unless you just have a very short season, you better get them in. Next thing you can direct sow is the celery, guys. Celery is an awesome thing to be growing and super easy to grow. I recommend starting it up indoors for a few weeks, just till it sprouts at least, but I've direct sowed it multiple times and it works. It needs a mellow soil though, so you have to really rake it out and it has to be real nice and soft and flat because the seeds and the sprouts are super tiny. I mean, they're like a human hair at first. They're just really, really tiny, blowing in the wind almost. So they're really delicate, but you can do it totally. And once they're established though, they're very hardy and they work awesome. I juice these all summer long, lots of celery. And the celery that you're growing yourself is light years beyond anything from the store is in terms of flavor because it's grown in nutrient-rich soil that's bursting with life. And so it has everything it needs to develop a full, delicious flavor. Next thing is going to be mustard greens, guys. This works really good for kimchi. Also, you can just saute them and it has a delicious flavor. Raw salads, all of that kind of stuff. And they're very cold hardy. Now, with this, I want to say you can plant pretty much any of the greens right now. Any of the Chinese greens like shijimishi, I think that's how you say it, spinach, bok choy, pak choy, all that kind of stuff can be planted now and should be planted now because they don't like the heat. Next thing, you can direct sow the cilantro right now, guys. Cilantro loves cool weather, but I want to show you something. You can direct sow them right now, but here, look at the ones that we winter sowed in our winter jugs. Do you see in there? Actually, I'll open it for you. Okay, so we planted some cilantro outside in the ground at the same time. It hasn't even sprouted yet, guys, but yet we winter sowed it and we left these outside the whole time. And look, it is nice and healthy and vibrant. And I'm going to make a short or a reel and post it to the Instagram account that shows you guys exactly how to plant this, okay? But look, weeks before what we did in the ground. Although you can direct sow it now, winter sowing's the way to go for things like this. Also, go ahead and plant the green onion seeds right now and harden off your regular onions and go ahead and plant them outside anytime right now. Next thing's gonna be a couple of oddballs. So the parsley, guys, go ahead and get the parsley started. Like this celery, it's wonderful for juicing, okay? We can make delicious V8 type juices with tomatoes and celery and cucumbers and carrots and all kinds of good stuff. Lovage, guys, lovage is like a celery in the flavoring, but it gets really tall and you can plant it now. It's a perennial, it just keeps coming back. So if you like the celery flavor in your soups and stews, this is a perennial type of celery that works really well. Very intensely flavored. You can direct sow it now. Also the echinacea, guys, because it's a wildflower, you can go ahead and direct sow it at any time, really. Although it usually only grows vegetatively its first year and will flower its second year. So go ahead and plant the echinacea. But likewise, you can plant pretty much any of the wildflowers, like the native wildflowers right now. Like a coreopsis, you can sprinkle these out right now and they will just sprout when the time is right, okay? So you can go ahead and plant all that stuff right now. Another one I'm gonna say is the calendula, guys. Put this stuff out all over I love calendula, also called the pot marigold. You can plant these anywhere. Plant them along the sides of your grow bags so that they can grow up and they'll shade out the grow bags from the intense sun, and it works really well. You can direct sow these. Also, you can direct sow the fennel. Guys, the fennel just keeps coming back. I cut it down and every year it gets like 6 or 7 feet tall, bursting with blooms, attracts thousands and thousands of pollinators every day. You can see a swarm of activity happening around the fennel. So you can get that in the ground now. Okay, so that's a pretty good list for right now, but now here's some things you do not want to direct sow, okay? Nasturtiums, if they get hit by the slightest frost, they're dead. Watermelon, any of the watermelons, any of the squash, any of that stuff, if it gets the slightest frost, it's dead. Bush beans, pole beans as well, do not be planting those right now because the slightest little frost, they're dead. Same with corn, same with cucumbers, same with tomatoes and peppers, okay? Do not be planting that stuff right now. So as promised, here's a little bit of advice about the potatoes. So here's a German butterball and I am just now chitting it. So you want to place it now into the sunniest spot you can. Or if you have some grow lights, go ahead and put it underneath that. By grow lights, I mean the shop lights, as you've seen in my other videos. But you want to put them into intense sun for a couple of weeks and then they're going to chit real good. And then we will plant it out about 2 to 3 weeks at most before the last frost. Because if the potato sprouts and it grows, the foliage, if it gets hit by a frost, it will die back. The tuber will probably not die unless it deep freezes, but the foliage will die and it will set you way back. So only be planting potatoes 2 to 3 weeks before the last frost, okay? So that's pretty much it, my friends. Hopefully this answered the questions I've been getting from you guys. Give the video a thumbs up if you feel like you gained something. Consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more. Check out the Garden Like a Viking Instagram account for all kinds of daily tips and tricks. I put them in the stories and stuff like that, of little things I'm doing outside I don't want to make a full video of. So I will see you next time, my friends.
The same terpenes that give your flowers that great smell can also do lots of other really cool things you might not know about. So we're going to look at the top 10 most common terps and learn exactly what they all do. Then I'll show you an extra one that a lot of people mistake for something else, but this one terpene might be the most important one. Terpenes are organic chemicals that give plants their unique aroma and are produced by almost all plants, including cannabis. Terpenes are even produced by some animals and insects too. And for me, terpenes are really the way that I pick out which bud I want, because I'm not really going by the THC percentage as much as I'm just going by the smell. And I feel like if a certain strain smells good to me, but it might not smell that good to you, then maybe that strain might work better for me than it would for you. Like maybe there's something about my internal biochemistry that makes this particular bud smell good to me, because this particular bud would work good for me, like on a medicinal.
Never knew that it could feel this way when you lie next to someone. You don't even need to play pretend, 'cause you find the way you are. I wanna know you better, give me every detail. I won't judge you, as you know. I could stay forever when you're lying in my arms. My heart is open, it just took some time. Now I just hope that you'd stay for a little while. You fix what's broken when you make that smile. So just stay for a little while. So just stay for a little while. I didn't think that I would find that someone who's as honest as you are. The way you make me feel at night when I am vulnerable and it's cold outside, but you make it alright. I wanna know you better, give me every detail. I won't judge you, as you know. I could stay forever when I'm lying in your arms. Oh, my heart is open, it just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while. You'll fix what's broken when you make that smile. So just stay for a little while. So long when you go, and I can't get enough of you. So can't you stay a little while? I don't want you to leave, so please stay with me. Stay for a little while. Stay for a My heart is open, it just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while. You fix what's broken when you make that smile. So just stay for a little while. My heart is open, it just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while. You fix what's broken when you make that smile. make you smile, don't I? We're like the waves on a big blue stormy sea. But still you're the one who brings out the best in me. We're a little messed up, baby, kinda up and down, and we keep falling till we hit the ground, but then we get back up again. Yeah, we're a little messed up, baby, it's never getting boring when we keep aiming for the stars, just you and me. We always get back up again. You and me. Baby, you and me. There's no one else who can make me feel like I can do anything I dream of but you. We can fight all day and make love at night, 'cause we always figure it out, don't we? Yeah. We're like the waves on a big blue stormy sea. We're a little messed up, baby, kinda up and down, and we keep falling till we hit the ground, but then we get back up again. Yeah, we're a little messed up, baby, it's never getting boring when we keep aiming for the stars, just you and me. We always get back up again. You and me. You and me. Baby, you and me. You always leave me wanting more, baby. You and me were like the perfect storm, and you know that I can't get enough of you, no. Yeah, we're a little messed up, baby, kinda up and down, and we keep falling till we hit the ground, and then we always get back up again. We're a little messed up, baby, kinda up and down, and we keep falling till we hit the ground, but then we get back up again. Yeah, we're a little messed up, baby, it's never getting boring when we keep aiming for the stars, just you and me. We always get back up again. You and me.
I used to stay up all night trying to find my place, chasing neon lights and looking for some kind of trace to lead me out of darkness, give me a little faith, something to make me stronger, someone who could light the way. Then you came to me and you gave me reason. I almost can't believe it. Every time we touch, I feel at home. There's no way I'd ever let you go. Will you put your hands in mine? I know we're gonna be alright. I don't know what you do to me, but I feel like I am way up in the sky. Will you put your hands in mine? I know we're gonna be alright. 'Cause when we touch is when I really come alive. Cause when we touch is when I really come alive. I don't know anybody that could compare to you. The way you're always smiling, the way you light up a room. I couldn't live without you, not even if I tried. 'Cause every day I'm with you, I'm flying over the clouds. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm flying over the clouds, and I'm not coming down. Every time we touch, I feel at home. There's no way I'd ever let you go. Will you put your hands in mine? And I'm gonna be alright. I don't know what you do to me, but I feel like I am way up in the sky. Will you put your hands in mine? And I'm gonna be alright. touch, I feel at home. There's no way I'd ever let you go. When you put your hands in mine, I know I'm gonna be alright. Yeah, I don't know what you do to me, but I feel like I am way up in the sky. When you put your hands in mine, I know I'm gonna be alright. 'Cause when we touch is when I really come alive. I used to stay up all night trying to find my place, chasing neon lights and looking for some kind of trace to lead me out of darkness. Give me a little faith, something to make me stronger, someone who could light the way. Then you came to me and you gave me reason. I almost can't believe it. Every time we touch, I feel at home. There's no way I'd ever let you go. When you put your hands in mine, I know I'm gonna be alright. I don't know what you do to me, but I feel like I am way up in the sky. When you put your hands in mine, I know I'm gonna be alright. 'Cause when we touch is when I really come alive. When I really come alive. I don't know anybody that could compare to you. The way you're always smiling, the way you light up a room. I couldn't live without you, not even if I tried. 'Cause every day I'm with you, I'm flying over the clouds. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm flying over the clouds.
If your life is fucked up, you need weed. Weed is put on this earth for niggas on the struggle, niggas on the grind. There is a chemical in weed that's called fucking. Had to be careful though. Had to be careful because weed is getting stronger every 2 weeks. And these niggas ain't sending out memos or bulletins or nothing. The shit just strong for no reason. And these niggas that sell the weed be happy than a motherfucker to tell you how much stronger this shit is than the last shit. Just as soon as they see you, just nigga, 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 nigga. You remember that shit I gave you last week, nigga? It's nothing, nigga. It's nothing. It's nothing, nigga. Nigga, it's nothing. This shit right here, nigga. This shit right here, nigga. Right here. This shit, nigga. This shit here, nigga. Always have some fucked up name. It's Chris the Chronic, kind of like, nigga.
because this particular bud would work good for me, like on a medicinal level. There are around 150 terpenes found in cannabis, and they interact with other cannabinoids in the plant to create the entourage effect, which enhances the plant's medicinal properties. Terpenes have therapeutic properties and can aid in the absorption of cannabinoids into the bloodstream. Different terpenes have different effects, and they can influence neurotransmitters in our brain, leading to different effects on our mood. Research on terpenes found in cannabis has become an important subject of scientific research in the recent years, with some terpenes found to have therapeutic properties in treating pain, inflammation, depression, anxiety, and a few other conditions too. Besides the main terpenes or the monoterpenes that are present in large amounts, cannabis also contains lots of other sequestraterpenes, diterpenes, and triterpenes. And there can be over 100 different terps in one single plant. But
Standing at the door, I'm on the way. A million things I guess that I should say, but I am done. Yeah, I am done. Letting go of all my heavy load. I waited for the moment to unfold. Nobody's gonna make me feel I'm going down. Oh, I'm doing alright, I'm doing okay. I stand up and take it as I go. I'm doing alright, I'm doing okay. Stronger than ever. Baby, it's not a shade of mine. And all in all, I'm doing fine. Doing alright, I'm doing okay. Setting up a goal to grow from heart. It's all about to master who we are. Nobody's gonna make me feel I'm off the chart. Oh, I'm doing alright, I'm doing okay. I stand up and take it as I go. I'm doing alright, I'm doing okay. Stronger than ever. Baby, it's not a shade of mine. And all in all, I'm doing fine. Doing alright, I'm doing okay. I'm gonna hold the line, yeah. I'm gonna be just fine. Tonight I feel alive. Tonight I feel alive. And I'm doing alright. Stronger than ever. Baby, it's not a shade of mine. All in all, I'm doing fine. Doing alright, I'm doing okay. I'm doing alright, I'm doing okay. It's not a shade of mine. Oh, standing at the door, I'm on the way. A million things I guess that I should say, but I am done. Yeah, I am done. Letting go of all my heavy load. I waited for the moment to unfold.
I'll tell you why. Because your brother is the embodiment of the can-do, roll-up-your-sleeve spirit that made this country great. He never gets discouraged, he goes after what he wants, and he doesn't know the meaning of the word quit. And if the day should come when any man, no matter how humble, can't go out there and soil the loins of some hot little dancer, well, I don't want to live in that America.